What is going on, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome to another great Monday night here in the new Wave One studio.
We are in the new
Oh,
Wave One studio. They have plenty of podcasts going on. So if you are interested in doing a podcast, be sure to hit up Wave One. Absolutely.
not plenty. Plenty of podcasts. There's plenty.
There
There's so
are
many
a
they just
lot.
can't handle it.
I know,
They're
right?
they're just plentiful.
I know,
It's
right?
amazing how many podcasts they can handle.
So real quick, I do want to make sure that you guys jump out and subscribe, rate, review, leave a comment on the
Yes.
YouTube
Oh my
channels.
God, get over
We
to YouTube.
need to break 60. We actually need 100. So
See, I'm so
y'all-
confused with that. We had 35,000 live views on one show live
Facebook.
on Facebook, and you guys share the love, share
Share
the
it.
love. Get over there, YouTube, share it
Absolutely.
to your friends. If you don't like us, somebody will. So just take the time.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We love to talk to you. So make sure you comment and rate and do all that stuff, and we will get back with you as soon as we can.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And all your favorite artists all across the country, man, hit us up. We are trying to reach out and get to everyone. You know, anybody coming up that's doing the right stuff, man, hit us up. We're going to take care of you.
Yep, we absolutely want to be able to talk with you, introduce you to our audience, hopefully meet your audience and ask those questions that not everyone always asks. So, Joe.
Huh?
Huh?
Where's that going? I'm a little confused. You're going to
How's-
get me stressed out there.
How's your week going?
Not too bad. Not too bad. A little busy, but not too bad. Pretty good. How's your week going?
Crazy busy.
Crazy
Always.
busy? That's always good. though.
Always.
Good. Busy's money.
But to
usually,
be fair,
hopefully.
since I can't post it, anyone out there, if you're looking for musical equipment, any type of musical equipment, I work for Guitar Center. So you can say, you got a gal. So, yeah.
You got a gal.
You got a
That'll always get you a
gal.
guitar. You know, I need new strings. I got a gal. And also, she's just going to pop up under your porch or scare your children. What's this crazy lady doing in here? She's my music guy.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey. So, yeah, good times. I've been looking forward to this interview for months now.
Yes.
Months. She is so busy. She is doing so much. And
And not just making music. She does a lot of stuff for the community all over the place. I mean, she's really, really got the grind going and very, very, very proud to be able to introduce our next guest.
and without further ado, go ahead.
Hey, let's get our hands together. I know. Listen to the audience. Guitar Gabby.
Yay!
Gabby Logan, folks.
Hi, Gabby.
Hey,
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. So, before we jump too far in, I always ask, do you have any shout outs, plugs, sponsors, websites that you want to go ahead and put out there?
Yeah, first and foremost, all of the amazing women that are on my staff, on Tulipspan LLC executive team, and all of my members all across the world. Tulips Gang, we call this our band gang sign. Reminds us of Wakanda, but the X is in there because we don't believe that women have boundaries.
Nice.
I love that. That is awesome. Yes.
Yeah. And then just also wanted to shout out an artist that I've been listening to a lot lately, one of my friends, and a female who is in the collective, Aaliyah Guerra, and she is based out of Montreal, Quebec. And I met her actually on social media, and then when I toured up to Quebec a couple of times in the last couple of years, we just became really close, and she has a beautiful, amazing voice.
What's
So
her
I wanna
name
shout
again,
those
honey?
people out.
Yeah. What
What's
was
her
that name again?
Aaliyah?
Aaliyah Guerra, Guerra. She is really, really, really dope. And she actually she built a whole app, y'all, like an app, like that you can download.
Oh, dude, she is like on a whole nother level of intelligence. She got everything going.
Seriously, yeah. And she's only like 22. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, so your websites, it's www.guitargabby.com and then also www.tulips.com, correct?
Yeah, the Guitar Gabby one, I pulled it back right now because I'm doing some major editing and overhauling. But the txlips.com is the main website.
Well, that's what's up. So
Before we go too much, I want to throw in there we are doing giveaways still. Make sure you
yes.
comment, share, not on just our site. Make sure you get on Gabby's site, share, comment, click on all the links, share it out there, and we will be giving out, I believe, Monday Love shirts tonight and
Yes.
some lighters or something. I
I'm
can't remember.
I'm definitely
Sorry,
giving
I'm
out.
off on the giveaway part.
We were running late tonight, all of us. So yes, I am going to go ahead and do Monday Love shirts, and I will throw in a couple different lighters. So guys, make sure you share this. Share it to your personal page. You never know who might want to see it. Share it to your pages, your groups. Share it everywhere. So okay. One of the biggest things that I like to know is when do you remember falling in love with music?
The earliest memory I have is it almost feels like a distant memory in my subconscious, but it also feels very close to me in my conscience because my dad tells the story anytime someone says, "Oh, I'm so proud of your daughter." And he goes on this whole dad rant about when I was like maybe 6 or 7 years old. I was in the car with him and he had on NPR. And to this day, like driving to work, I used to listen to NPR all day, every day, sometimes even at work. And I never knew, why do I like NPR so much? Little did I know, because when I was younger, my dad played NPR all the time in the car. And one particular day, he said that I put my fingers in my ear and said, "I can't make it stop." And my dad was like, "Do we need to return her? Like, is she okay?" But come to find out, it was the music that I was hearing in my head. And as I got older, I learned what my dad taught me and my sisters as harnessing your gift, and just figuring out a way to, hold on to it and you navigate it instead of it navigating you.
Now, are your sisters in music as well?
Mm-mm. My younger sister is a journalist, actually, and so I consider
Ooh.
writing a form of art
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's.
Yes, agreed.
And then my older sister is in a not too far off field, but she's in marketing and communications. So we're all kind of, we work in conjunction with each other.
That's awesome.
That's really great. Though.
That's really if you see us waving, we actually have a front row
To downtown Indy.
to downtown Indy. So people stop by.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's somebody right now.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
People will stop by. They can hear us out there. So whatever we're talking about, they hear us out there. So yeah, so I definitely love Wave One Media by far.
That's really
So
That's $100 every time she says it.
yeah.
I
Right.
get 50%. Okay. Glad we got that all worked out. Okay. So where are you at in the country, Gabby? For all of our fans out here,
I am based out of Atlanta.
have you always been in Atlanta?
Huh?
Have you always been in Atlanta?
Yeah. I'm born and raised in Atlanta, between Atlanta and DC, but like 90% Atlanta. My dad is from Atlanta. My mom is from DC. She came down here in the late 70s, early 80s to go to Spelman College, which is ended up being my alma mater. She stayed down here, met my dad, got married, and here we are.
Nice.
Ta-da. So we do watch a couple of the pages. I do want to give shout outs to Dan. Stacy is actually watching from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have a Megan. She's saying hi everyone from Mongolia, Texas.
Oh, and Stacy, they're my glasses. You can't have them. I
Yes.
seen that comment fly up there.
Yeah. Hi Austin and Calvin. If you want to get with her, you need to get with her about what you do. I would normally plug that, but we're running late, and we only have an hour of her precious time. So, how long have you? Okay, so you were young. You remember, your family, your dad always playing music. When did you decide that you wanted to pick an instrument up?
Um, to be honest with you, I didn't know it until like three instruments in because I had always been I'm an Aries and we like to be active in the sense of just always
On the
if we're
go.
going to be moving and doing something, I'd like to be accomplishing something. And so I while moving around through different instruments and trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted to do and what is this weird place to be called, America, especially right now, and just like in
Right.
Right.
general. So just trying to figure all that kind of stuff out was a lot. But my mom started on piano when we realized that I found what I liked in sports, which was soccer. So
Okay.
then I wanted to do instruments. My mom gave me piano, kind of like that, but not really. I lost interest after like three lessons. And then I started playing the oboe. And
Ooh.
um, the oboe really gave me like a connection to music, especially because at that time I was also playing the clarinet. And we played a lot of I was in marching band and the orchestra. So a lot of music that we were playing, we were studying classical music. And so I learned the Lord of the Rings soundtrack on my oboe and my clarinet.
Oh,
Yes, I was
yes.
so damn kid.
Okay.
Where's the
And then
So,
video?
after that, I got a guitar.
right. Okay, so I did see a picture. Well, no, I'm sorry. It was a video. You were playing bass. There was a harp in the background, wasn't it?
I'm trying to remember which video. I'm going through my
Yeah,
Rolodex in my head.
yeah. It was posted not too long ago. Within the last few weeks, you're playing bass and you're sitting there, and in the background, back behind your right, it looks like there's a harp. Do you play harp or does?
No, I wish. I cannot play harp, but I do know two people who do know how to play harp. So that's probably what that was.
Okay, okay,
'Cause I cannot play the harp. But I
okay.
think
Well, when you broke out, I play three. I was playing three instruments in high school. I can relate, but wow.
yeah. Yeah.
And doing sports and everything
Yeah.
like that. So major kudos to you for being multifaceted.
And kudos to your parents for giving you the opportunity. A lot of
Yeah.
kids don't even get that opportunity. So
Yeah.
to be able to
Yeah.
get that, so shout out to mom and dad.
Yes. 100%.
And again, guys, make sure you go over, subscribe, rate, review, leave a comment. It's on your YouTube. It's Gabby with two lips, right?
Guitar Gabby and the Tulips.
Guitar Gabby with two lips. And then while you guys are liking, subscribing, rating, and reviewing, swing by Monday Love Podcast. Just saying, just throwing it out there. We can't break. We've had 32,000 live views, and we cannot break 100 on YouTube. I'm like, oh my
And
goodness.
algorithms. It's too
Yes,
Oh
you
my
have to be an
God.
engineer to be on Instagram. It's too much. It's way too much.
it
It
is.
is.
It really
And
is.
once you figure it out, they change it. It's like,
Absolutely.
oh, this is working. Yes. Hey, where'd the numbers go? This is bull. What?
Right.
What?
Over it. Over it.
Yeah. So Stacy, she says, the girls are yelling hi to everyone. She has
Hi, girls.
yes, she has daughters who are savants in music. So they are all about music. So I definitely always want to make sure that I give them a shout out.
Mm.
And then yeah, guys, make sure. Oh, sorry, no. But the lighters, the shirts, I actually have the connection. And I always wear my chain. And then, of course, always got to give much love to Big Poe. He definitely helped direct going in this direction. So
So where did was there any other groups before Tulips? Was there other bands that you were a part of? Because usually it's like everybody's like two or three, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, I definitely had that experience. I was in a band. I cannot remember the name, but I was in the band, and it was me and like three or four other guys. And at first it was cool, but after a while it was like, okay, so I do more than one thing. I don't know if you all remember that, but I
Right.
can play and sing at the same time. So maybe
Yes.
we can venture out. I can like sing because you can't really. Maybe we can change it. And it was just always like, yeah, girl, stay in your place. I told you what to do, then stay over there. So I left
Uh,
that band, started my own. It was called Bye Bye Love. And again, it was me and three guys because that's what I knew. So I
Yeah.
was like, well, these are friends of mine, so maybe it'll be different. But no, after about a year, I felt like a 17-year-old mother to adults. And it
doesn't
was
that
just too much.
suck?
Did my own thing. Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
it's like because I know with my group a lot of times it's like, man, I got kids through the day. I work with kids, and then I'm trying to get this hustle here. Come on, guys, pull it
Right.
together.
Come on. Like, all you got to do is read. That's
He
it.
he has this show on Mondays that nobody can remember.
Only in the second season after 50,
Right.
Yeah,
or
we were
55,
um
56 episodes now total.
yeah, so we went really long with our first season. We had 53.
Yeah, because I think a couple of them kind of fell off because they were just people didn't show up, and we just kind of
Yeah, so we had
a
53
lot
our
of
first
testers
season.
early shows.
And then it was brought to my attention that we should probably start a second season. So this is our third. We had MC Mac, and then
Narcotic.
yes,
Yep.
I adore him. And you are actually our third show in our second season. Yes. Yes. And again, I do want to thank you for coming on, spending an hour with us. Just
Absolutely.
it really is just about learning about you, kind of, shooting the breeze, talking. Is there anything that you would like to talk about or ask?
One thing that I always, whenever I'm asked this question, I always go back to one particular topic because, and I know there's a lot of different things, a lot of important things. But one of my main things that I've always wanted to continue spreading awareness about is diversity and inclusion. And the two come together. And a lot
Mhm.
of times, what I have found from my own personal experience being in the industry, not just as a musician, but also being a businesswoman, a lot of times people don't really know how to take that, I guess, because typically you have, the musician and then a management team
Right.
or
Right.
or PR, all that kind of stuff. Or you just have somebody who's business minded or on the legal side and they're not remotely close to being interested in playing a guitar. So
Right.
sometimes when I meet people and I'm, engaging in business, like I know my stuff and I was very clear about what I asked for. But a lot of times what I end up finding is that because I'm so forward about things, because I take this serious the same way anybody else would when they're developing their business. But whenever
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, straightforward about stuff, it's like, I'm black and I'm female. And so the response that I get a lot of the time is, just kind of shoving me to the side. And I think that is really a systemic a way to look at the systemicness of this music industry and how
Right.
there is not a lot of diversity and inclusion. So that's just something that I always like to just throw out there to get people's minds thinking because I think we all can probably play a really big role in changing what that looks like across multiple industries, not just music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely agree. I can tell you. So when everyone got sent home due to COVID for 19 weeks straight, literally every single day was worse than Black Friday. You know, everybody is, they couldn't go to the studios, so they're creating studios in house. Um, so I am really looking forward because I got to talk to a lot of different individuals, ethnicities. There might be some language barriers there, but speak slow. I got you. So I am looking forward to the next year of what music comes out because everybody's sitting at home, you know. But Miss Gabby is all over the place. It can you brief us on potentially what to watch for on Netflix?
Yeah. So once when the pandemic started, I was trying to figure out what we're gonna, how I'm gonna make this year work because it's not just about gigging; it's about keeping a whole business afloat that I've been building for like 5 years. And then the only answer that I could figure out, which I think most business people, which really everybody has had to figure out, is the art of pivoting. And so we switched gears to doing ramping up the Tulips Academy, working with young kids around different girls' rock camps about the music business from a young age. But the second part of that came something that I really had been praying for like a really long time, but I just didn't know how I was gonna break into the film side of the entertainment industry. And one day I got a random message from somebody, and I was like, "This is not even real." And every time I think it's not real is usually when it is, because this happened with girls. And I got a random phone call,
Right,
and I
but
was
you
like,
have to
"I'm not even."
doubt. You
Yeah, I was like, I'm not answering the phone. I'm tired. I just got off work. Whoever it is probably spam. Left the voicemail, and I was like,
right.
trying to call. So, anywho, though, so I got a message, and long story short, they ended up hiring me and a lot of members of my collective to be part of a Netflix original movie that's going to be coming out this year. It's called The Harder They Fall. And I'm really excited, really, really excited for it to come out because we are in a movie with like just really big people. Like Idris Elba is in it. Lakeith Stanfield is in it. Regina King. A
Oh.
whole bunch
Do
of
we
people.
have
And I
a
think
do
it
we
might
have
have
a
changed
release
and added
date?
more.
Yeah, is there a release date that we know to be watching?
I don't think so. The pandemic kind of shifted a lot of things
Yeah.
around, like in every single possible way you can think of. So
Can you
I don't know the release date just yet.
can you tell me the name of it so I know to
She
watch
just
for
said
it?
the harder they fall,
The
right?
Harder They Fall.
Harder They Fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's
Um.
a all black cast western.
What?
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Right, it's super cool. I'm really excited. I actually wrote a western, like a classic rock western song called "The Gunslinger," and then right after I wrote that and released that, I got this call. So I was like, "Oh, look at
Yes.
everything
Yeah, because
aligned!"
we had you scheduled and you were like, I got a call from Netflix. I'm like, I'm not even mad. You go. You go, girl. That is absolutely,
Out of the people that's canceled, that's been the most legit reason to.
absolutely major kudos to you. I love your energy and it's awesome because like you said, you're an Aries.
Go Aries.
I work with an Aries.
Always on the grind. Always on the grind.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
What's your birthday?
April 5th.
See, I'm March 28th. So.
Okay. Yeah, actually, the person I was telling you about, Aaliyah, she's a Taurus, and that's part of the reason why we clicked so fast. Because I was like, "Girl, I see the hustle. We are
Do
best
it.
friends from this day forward."
See,
Because we just did.
that's awesome. That I'm congratulations.
Thank
Just
you.
for yeah, everything that you're doing. Absolutely congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
hope that you get the recognition that you deserve.
Thank you.
I know it is really hard being a female in this industry because people don't take you seriously.
Right.
And now with like with you and we've had a couple other females who are literally breaking the mold.
Yeah.
And so major kudos to you. Congratulations. I do. I hope you get the recognition you deserve because you deserve a lot of recognition.
So I wanna kind of hop back to what we were talking about earlier. I think we kind of fell off track for a second. We were kind of talking about your first bands and things. How did the Tulips come together? How did that work? And then I want us to go ahead and play the God darn it the video that we have for for the Tulips and you after that?
This was another phone call that I was not expecting, or a DM rather, but I got a message one day. If you're from Atlanta, or even if you just know Atlanta music, then you know Crime Mob. And one of the members in Crime Mob was named Diamond. And I got a message one day from her management team. I forget from what label, but they were looking for a female guitarist. So I was like, okay, this is probably something that's going to be a real quick one-off thing, but it's cool industry experience. And I had just left the band both of the bands I was telling you about earlier. Yeah. So I was kind of deprived of music. But started playing for her. She needed an all-female band. I had known a couple of other women around Atlanta that played, and they were Black and they were female. And so I said, you know what? Maybe this is a really good opportunity to see if I can, whip something up real quick. So I put together the band, and when we were playing for Diamond, we were called Girl Code. And maybe like 5 or 6 months, no, I would say like 4 to 5 months in, I said, you know what? Why don't I just start a whole separate band of all Black women? Like, when is the last time you've ever seen that? The last all Black band that I know of,
Salt and Pepper,
was really big, was Living Color. And
yes.
I'm a fan. So I'm like, but when have you ever seen that, but for Black women? Never. Right. So that's how it got started. And we were doing both gigs, the Tulips band one day of the week, and then Girl Code another day of the week for a couple of years, like probably 2 or 3 years.
That's awesome.
So that's how that got started.
That is awesome.
A friend of mine just redid one of Living Color songs with the lead singer of Living Color. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't think of it. Usually I'd be spitting it out. Yeah. So really quick, we're going to show our fans Another Tear from the Tulips and Guitar Gabby.
To pop up something really quick. So the other day I was on Twitter and somebody asked Vernon Reed, who are some of your favorite female vocalists, and he tagged me, and I literally threw my phone. I threw it. Vernon Reed knows me.
tell you what.
Oh my goodness, girl, you have you have everything in there. That is awesome. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful bad bitches. You guys rock. Oh
You want
my
to know what's
goodness.
crazy? Actually, people ask me, how do we come up with the concept for that? And honestly, my dad wrote that because I was like, we need a music video like right now. We have to play Afropunk in like 2 weeks. I need a video so we can premiere it. Need something now. And my dad was like on set, like directing us, like the whole nine.
So okay, so dad does a lot of the writing.
He does a lot of the all of the video concepts. My dad does that. When it comes to the music and everything else, I do that. My sister helps with phrasing things when it comes to like interviewing because she's a journalist, and my mom's an English teacher, so she helps to proofread. We're like a family unit.
Dude, I was getting ready to say you have an entire conglomerate. You have an empire.
Yeah, it's called we call ourselves the Logan Gang because we all have our own businesses set up, so we just help each other out and. Yeah.
That is awesome. Still more congrats. And I am so envious. Y'all rock.
Thank you.
Now, are you still with the other three who were in the band?
No. So this is one really cool thing about why I set it up as a collective. One thing that I've always found from personal experience and also just watching my mom and my grandmothers having to navigate through life as being women, we have so many damn hats that we have to wear. And a lot of times we get put in positions where we're told, we need all of your dedication over here, not realizing that women are extremely capable of multitasking. That's what we do. Right. So we end up having to give up things that we really love or that we're passionate about. And I didn't think that that was fair because my mom loves to draw, loves photography, but I never knew that until I became an adult and asked her, what do you like doing? I've never seen you doing things. Right. Like, what do you do? So we set it up like a collective. And so it's a platform for women to be able to participate when they want, for however long they want, if they even want to. If they want to do one gig and no more for the rest of the year, you can do that.
That is
if you
so
want to do
awesome.
Music videos. I have some people who just want to be in the studio. They don't even, and that's all they want. They don't want to do live shows. So the 3 people that are in the band, actually, they came in, did what they wanted to do, and after a certain point said, you know what, this was really nice. I appreciate the journey. But I think this has inspired me to go and do some other things that I've been passionate about. So
that is awesome that you have that. And I wouldn't call it a revolving door. I would call it everybody else's choice, and you wear the crown to be able to say, yeah, let's do that. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Basically, that is awesome.
So let's slide over. Not too long ago, I want to say it's like 6-7 months ago, you were in Guitar World magazine. Did I say that right?
Yes. That was. I didn't actually. Okay. Basically, I've been in Guitar World, and they have this small section called Defenders of Faith. And when I first started playing guitar, I reached out. I was trying to figure out the world of marketing and being like my own PR agent. So I was able to get into those magazines, but I realized at the time I was like, I'm not where I want to be with guitar. So if I'm getting into this magazine, it's because they recognize one thing: diversity. They don't have a lot of Black women that submitted things, so I used it to my advantage. So, and then I developed a relationship, and then recently got put in the Eddie Van Halen commemorative edition, which I didn't know that was going to be the issue.
Do you have a bunch of? Did you get a bunch of those?
I have a couple more. Yeah, I have like maybe 5 more, but like a lot of people hit me up and said, "Can you please send me a signed copy? I will pay for it."
I will pay for 2 of them for you to sign the copy. Yeah. I'm serious, like legit and proper. I will. I'm sending you my address now. You tell me how much I owe you.
Please, I'm going to the UPS tomorrow.
Yeah, you let me know. Absolutely, you let me know how much they are, and I want to both sign, please, pretty please.
Absolutely, I got you.
All right, sweet. That's awesome. See, that's how this works, guys. It's networking. That's something that we try to always preach and actually get the artists to say, because networking is key. That's the heart of this business.
Yeah.
For sure.
And yeah.
Really the foundation of it. It's all about who you know. Everything else is definitely important, but if you know the right people, your journey time goes from 12-hour, 12-year journey to 10. And that
Just
time, I don't think we realize generally as humans, I'm not going to go on a tangent, but I don't think that we understand how valuable time really is if you use
until
it to
there's
your
not a
advantage.
lot left. You
Exactly.
see it like, oh my
Like,
God, I got to do this. It's like,
right,
Mr. Procrastination till you're 60.
right,
Yes.
right.
Life's too short.
It really is.
Yeah,
It really is.
definitely.
And you have filled, if you don't mind me asking, you can even give like the decade. How old are you?
I am basically 30. I'm 1 year out. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, people.
What? What is that?
You are so
29.
young to be so. Girl, you a queen.
I talk like
Thank you.
so I can't remember exactly how I friended Gabby, but she had something going on, and it popped up. I'm like, oh hell yeah, she's killing it over there. And then it's like, as she's posting it, and I'm seeing, it's like, man, I really want to get her on the show. She is legit, real deal. Just doing so many great things for kids and the community, and not speaking nonsense. It's all about like being diverse. It ain't got to be loud and obnoxious in a fight.
No.
She's speaking,
Yeah.
and just I really love your style and how you represent. So it's just great.
Yes.
So on a
Thank you.
funny note, we
Okay.
asked everybody.
Here we go.
You wasn't gonna get to slide out of this one.
Get ready. You're
Out
What we doing?
out of all your shows everywhere, it doesn't. What is the most embarrassing moment you've ever had on stage? That first thought that made that face should probably be.
you knew.
I was trying to get around it.
Yeah, no. We seen it. That face, no. And I can tell you, it's not going to be near as bad as what I will tell you afterwards. Okay, I promise.
Unless it starts off with Fireball in the story, then we'll reassess that.
The most embarrassing, like I said earlier, I'm an Aries, and so when I get activated and I get into like what I call like my work mode,
Yeah.
it's very hard to get me like back to center because I'm like this, like I see a
Yes.
goal and we have to get there. If I have to drag all you bitches with me, we're getting there. So we went to London. Prepping for London I was extremely stressed out. But we got it. I got the first step done. I got the second phase done. So I felt good. We get to London, and I did not realize that our flat was like almost 2 hours away from the hotel. I didn't realize London was that big. I'm thinking it's like Atlanta. Okay, cool. Got a 45-minute drive. I'll be back at the crib. I'm good. No. So, and we all landed on different flights. So I had to sit around the airport for hours. Like, I think me and my keyboardist got there first, and then we had to wait like maybe 2 hours. And then my bassist got there, and then we had to wait another 2 hours. So I'm stressed out, tired. The next day we have to go and do sound check and then start our show. When we get on stage, I think maybe through the third song is when I realized my guitar is not even remotely in tune. Like, it's so bad. Because I'm a singer, everybody's like feeding into, so I can't just like stop. And like I have a locking nut on my guitar.
Yeah.
So there's no tune on stage. I have to take it off.
No.
But I had to play, I played the entire show with my guitar out of tune. And then I realized maybe by the fourth song, I think the bassist is out of tune as well. It was so embarrassing because I'm pretty sure people can tell.
But they were getting into it.
Yeah, they were into it. So I went with that. I didn't make a big deal about it, but I personally was embarrassed. And as a musician, we see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I was
Yeah, you have that ear. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some of the worst ones was somebody
Bad ones.
somebody doing number 2 on stage. The And then my second favorite one was they were rocking out, and there was a couple up on their speaker
doing their thing.
doing their thing.
And they had to yell at them to get off the stage. Like, whoa, hey, get off our stuff! Like, stop in the middle of their show. And then that same couple went back to their trailer. The guy walked into his trailer and found them doing the nasty in his trailer.
Dude, I'm telling you, it really is. Like,
Nice.
again, I do want to throw out there, make sure everybody guys share this.
Rate, review.
Yes, sharing is caring. Make sure you jump over, subscribe, rate, review, comment on YouTube.
I think we got 120 shares so far, 130.
Yeah,
shares
we're
or
at
something.
and make sure you guys send her messages. Like, she is the coolest person. Like, I'm 99.9% positive she is going to respond back to you guys, because you're real. And that's the funny part about it is you're an Aries. My work husband is an Aries. And and I'm a Sagittarius, so I yeah. Wow.
It's the Sagittarius dudes I have a problem with. Not gonna lie, y'all. The women are great. It's the Sagittarius men that I just can't do.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, negative. But to be fair, you know, being half human, half beast.
Cyborg.
It's definitely it's definitely being able to watch the perspective, and like Joe, so he is a musician too. He has a band, which I love them. We've worked together for how long?
Going on 3 years now.
Going on 3 years,
maybe longer.
Yeah.
Pandemic and everything kind of gets. It's like losing the year.
Like, look, I know you, so.
Yeah. So watching him go into the studio, I can only imagine, you know, being able to sit in and be a fly on the wall when you're going into the studio, because you're like, we need to do that again. I could totally see that. Absolutely.
I get yelled at. I can't be behind the board when we're recording. If it's my vocals, I'm like, that's junk. No, that was good.
It was good. Stop.
That's me. If I hear one wrong thing, I'm like, stop. We're starting over. They're like, but we were almost to the end. Yeah, but we're not. So we have to start over. Yep. Like now.
Yeah.
It has to be right.
You know what? I can see that so well. I've had the opportunity to be able to sit in while they were writing and recording, and to be able to watch that process.
Yeah.
You know, it's either one person dictating how it goes, or it's the entire band being able to contribute. And, you know, like I said earlier, I could totally see that, you know, you're all about the band contributing, but ultimately you wear the crown. So I get it. I totally get it.
And that is the collaborative. That is definitely a totally different concept, and being able to have so many people. You know, you're 30. You might not. You remember Green Jello? The Three Little Pigs. Okay.
I know I'm young.
Well, no. I mean, some people that was even that age, like, what are you talking about? But when they show up, which it's not Green Jello anymore, it's Green Jelly, because they got sued by Jello. But when he shows up to a show, he has no band. Yeah. He gets random people out of the crowd. There's no, I mean, he's got like people that know the music all over the place, but he picks up random people out of the crowd, and that's the band for the night. Every show we performed with them.
That is cool as hell.
And it was it was like Green Jello. Oh my God. And I'm like, where's the band? It's just you. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Bulgarian.
but they were kind of in that where the not necessarily as bad as good, but it was that raw edge time. You know,
Yeah.
you get into oh God, who did the intro to South Park?
Oh my
But
God,
the
you
same
would.
that same kind of the feel, but that's kind of where they were at. So he liked to have the music like that because it fit more perfect to where they were at that time in their career and things. So
Yeah.
it was definitely different.
Yeah. We definitely have a lot of I tried to figure out a way to like mimic that in the most controllable way possible. And for the tulips, what that looks like is, whenever I tour, I hand select certain people that I know are going to be able to bring the energy that I need for the specific set that we're doing. Because I study my analytics, I study my demographics, and if somebody books a show for us, like when we worked with the Indigo Girls, when they first said Indigo Girls, I already knew what the audience was going to be. So I had to build the set and the band that was playing it around that to make sure that we were giving the best that we could possibly give. But the reason why I love the collective setup is because there's no two people in the group that play the same way. There are 3 or 4 bassists, and they all have each individual style. So when you take everybody's individual personality and contributions and you mash that up and like put it like on a rock and roll stage, like it's a new experience every time.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I love it.
I do have to throw out there, I love your hair. I'm just
Thank
saying.
you. Ooh, my edges. Ooh.
No. You're good. Yeah, because fat girl got over 90 degrees in the summertime. Joe's daughter, who is amazingly awesome, she would do braids and do box braids for me because my hair is all the way down to my butt. So wasn't trying to cut it.
My butt.
Yeah, my
I'm
butt.
not even sure what part of the body that is.
Not-
My butt.
Not even
That's
trying.
past my ankles. My butt. My butt.
Not trying to cut it, you know what I mean? But yes, so throwing it out there. Love your hair. Love your hair. Guys, do make sure you jump over, subscribe, rate, review, leave a comment
So
everywhere.
if you get the opportunity, if you had the opportunity to work with any artist, what would that artist be, or would that artist be?
Dead or alive?
Both.
Both. Pick one of both.
Dead, my go-to is forever going to be Nirvana.
Oh,
I don't think people
Yes.
know how obsessed I am. Kurt Cobain is my husband.
There you go. There
No,
you go.
I am absolutely obsessed with Nirvana for a couple of different reasons. But the main reason for me is from a songwriting perspective, because I read a lot about Kurt's life and not just listen to the music, because this was the phase where I was trying to put the two pieces together of inspiration and songwriting. Like, how does a songwriter write a song? Like, where do they get there? Oh, inspiration. Well, what does that look like? And how do you put that in a song?
Right.
Kurt Cobain, I think, is one of those songwriters that did an excellent job at doing that, but also in a way that it wasn't too deep, for anybody to listen to it. Anytime you turn on Teen Spirit, literally, I have never not seen anyone go like, react to knowing the song, because it's just a good ass song. Like,
exactly.
Right.
A lot of energy.
And through the ages, it is
exactly.
Absolutely, everyone knows it. Doesn't matter how old you are. Yeah.
Exactly. And that song is forever going to be like just a hit rock song. So that would be Dead. Alive, I listen to a lot of different music. I write a lot of different music. And one of my current favorite artists is Smino. And he's like a rapper, R&B, live instrumentation type of artist. I guess I don't really know how to describe him, but if anybody ever gets a chance, definitely look him up. All of his songs have a different sound. Like, you never know what you're going to get with Smino. And I love artists that can effortlessly, just like do that. Just be versatile.
That's crazy.
So
I have not heard of him. I need to look him up.
Okay, so
Smino. Oh, I
Smino,
definitely will.
S-M-I-N-O.
SM. Okay, sorry, I spelled it wrong. SM.
I-N-O.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I noticed your guitar is neon green. Is that your favorite color?
A little bit. Yeah. No, everything is green. My office is green. My nails are usually green, but I changed them recently.
Girl, it sounds like you work for It Works.
I know.
And you know exactly who I'm talking about. See? Oh my
I was like,
goodness.
well,
I
what are
love
y'all
green.
talking
It's the
about?
best color. It's good energy and it also stands for money. So
There you go.
Absolutely. See,
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's the only thing that my favorite color is green when it comes to money. Well, and Mountain Dew, I gotta be fair.
I was gonna say, I see the green on your desk.
Yes, yeah, I gotta live with my Mountain Dew.
So, do you always stay within the rock realm, or do you spread your wings all over the place?
I spread my wings all over the place, but to be honest with you, starting off, I'm a creature of habit. And when I find something I like to be in that bubble because it's a safe bubble and it's a non-confrontational bubble. I don't mind confrontation if I have to, but like it's just not necessary if it's not necessary.
Right.
But I kind of do the same thing with music. And going back to what I was saying earlier, my parents really help us to learn the art of harnessing our gift. And so my dad, to this day, as a matter of fact, I got yelled at the other day, and I say yelled in jest because he's very invested in me and my sister's careers and what it is that we're passionate about. And he's always saying, "Have you written something new, Aaron?" To my little sister, or to my older sister Ariel, "Have you thought of a new concept to bring about for this company's marketing strategies?" Gabriella, "Have you written a new song today?" Rock is great, but have you written anything else? So I typically stay in the rock realm, but I've definitely musicology. One of my albums I released last year is a good first introductory, I guess, album to different sounds and the different facets of me. You'll hear a lot of different songs, a lot of different styles, but yeah, I write a little bit of everything though.
Do you would you mind if I stay in contact with you?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
yeah, cuz you literally have blown my mind and you're amazingly awesome.
Told you.
Thank you.
I know you told he did.
Told me.
He told me. Yes. And then, when we had you first scheduled Netflix, I was like, crap. So then I wanted to reschedule. And then when you were so open to coming tonight, like major props. I love you. You are amazingly
Oh no,
awesome.
this is a
You are
pleasure to
Well,
meet you.
and
amazing.
we
Yes.
Thank
we
you.
keep the I've always done that anyways, but especially since starting the show with Miranda, definitely always out looking at new artists and things. And you caught my eye. It's been a while because I know I've been posting stuff on your stuff for like, yeah, oh, I definitely love that. Keep doing that. Yeah, 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 for sure. But yeah, you definitely are. It's a you're. I'm gonna say it wrong. A breath, a fresh air. You were,
A breath of fresh
yeah. I'm
air.
saying it didn't come out as smoothly, but I mean seriously, because there's a lot of oversaturation in every genre of the scene. You got people that think they're artists by just throwing their phone out and doing. I mean, it's nice to have somebody that's passionate, that is working hard, that is educated, that is just holding so many different things and handling so much, and it's definitely refreshing to have such a great artist on the show. So,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Um, Definitely. Thank you for spending an hour with us. We have to kind of start wrapping up. But no, seriously, I would love to be able to stay in touch with you and just pick your brain and you know what I mean? Because doing the podcast, this is like I'm prepping months in advance.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're all the way out to almost April now.
Yes, yes. But we only do the show on Mondays, so getting ready
Yeah.
to book into April, we're looking at just Mondays.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
do want to thank you so so much for sharing your time with us, sharing your knowledge with us.
And before we get going, is there any? I know you did some shout outs at the beginning. Do you have any more shout outs to put out there before we get rolling here?
The last two, I guess I would say, is one, first and foremost, shout out to the Logan gang, because we get it done. Um, And then also my alma maters and just mentors and good people that I've met along the way. I went to Spelman College and then I went to Vermont Law School because I wanted to understand the business behind music and not just being a musician. But I met a lot of really amazing people along the way, and to a point that you kind of brought up earlier, to be very young and accomplishing so much is kind of overwhelming sometimes because you don't know how to deal with certain things because you haven't gotten to that stage of life yet. But I'm very thankful to my family and the immediate support system that I've had my entire life. People that are just wanting to help lift up, and that's the reason why I do a lot of community stuff because I wouldn't be where I am if somebody else didn't help, elevate me and help give me the knowledge I didn't already have. So yeah, I always want to shout out those people because I wouldn't be here.
Right on.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for spending an hour with us. If you would hang out a little bit afterwards, because we're
gonna
gonna
do a promo
do
piece.
yeah, we'll do a promo piece that we'll play before, and then the show, and then if there's anything else that you would like to discuss, throw out there, is there something that we need to go ahead and be watching for that's coming soon?
Yeah, actually. So we briefly talked about the Netflix thing, so definitely look out for that. I don't know when, like I said, but I'm gonna guesstimate maybe fall. And that's just me crunching unrealistic, non-factual dates in my head. But that's the first thing. And the second thing is I'll be releasing my next music video for my single from one of my albums. It's called The Deadpool. And so I actually shot a lot of
Ooh,
that when I was out in New Mexico, took advantage of the beautiful scenery. New
nice.
Mexico is just gorgeous. So yeah, that'll be coming out soon. We don't have a release date that we're sharing publicly just yet because I will be premiering it with someone. We'll leave it at that.
Okay,
Nice.
when you release that, would you tag us in it? Because I want to make sure that
Absolutely.
we share it and get it
Yeah.
out there even more. Yeah, please utilize us with anything that you release. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm sending myself an email because
All
I
right.
can't wait to
All right, baby girl. You just hang out for just a minute. All right.
Woo! What a great interview.
Absolutely. So we had a lot of shares. A lot of shares. So of course, Steve Hollowell, hit me up. What size shirt? You got to PM me. You got a week. Mark, hit me up. You got a week. Hit me up with what size shirt. Stephen Black, hit me up and make sure it's within a week, guys. And of course, Sydney, I got you covered, okay? I got you covered, baby girl. So that was an awesome show.
It was an awesome show. I told you she's an amazing artist, and just she's got so much energy in her, and I just couldn't wait to get her on our show.
So many facets.
So, but we are at that time of the day where our show is coming to an end. Make sure if you're needing any podcast needs, hit up Wave One Media. They've got an open slate of different times all over the place. And if you've watched a show, we are in a great studio. You can see the scenery out downtown. It's awesome. People come up and cheer. So
And
make sure
if
to
you
hit 'em
jump
up.
over to my live, I actually did a walkthrough. So definitely.
So get on Miranda's live and find out where you could walk through and stalk everybody. It'll be great.
There you go.
So for any of your graphics, web designs, SEO, audio engineering, motion graphics, I always forget, we just added voiceovers. Any of that stuff, hit me up at JK Multimedia Productions. I would love to get some work going with any of you guys. And then you got Monday Love, Miranda Monday. She loves hanging out under porches,
In bushes.
watching your husband do the naughties.
Sometimes.
whatever she gets paid. No, I'm joking. Amanda. Where did that one come?
I don't know. It happens. It does.
But Miranda managing booking. God, I need a list of all the different
managing,
things.
producing, booking, reaching out to people, getting them on the show, networking, pretty much everything, guys. Just hit me up.
So it's definitely another great Monday.
Absolutely. So everyone, make sure, just keep in mind, all of you have hated a Monday once or twice in your life. Let Monday love you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out.
See you next Monday.
See ya.
Oh, I take it to the grave. I ain't never snitch.